Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rumors of Heresy. My name is Zareth, and today we've got another battle report for you using my Gladius Ultramarines list against the new Hammer of the Emperor detachment for Imperial Guard. It's pretty legit. It's crazy, actually. This is the third and final game. It's the finals at an RTT, and the links to my other two matches will be in the video description, so you guys can check that out if you like. So I just, as a very brief recap, had to drive to Wyoming for this, and you can see how lovely it is. It's in February. It's basically Hoth, and it's really nice, though. It's nice and spread out. It's in a gym, so lots of table space and everything. And then there's some toys in the corner that my face is blocking, so that's fun. We talked about that in other videos. So here's my army, and I'll show you guys the list in a little bit, but this is, you can see it's kind of a mixed forces approach in this case, just because I forgot my jump pack intercessors at home, and so I had to borrow some at the last minute from someone, from Ryan, and really appreciate his help on that lovely painting job, actually. So kind of a fun mixed force of salamanders, ultramarines, and space wolves all hanging out. So here's my list. If you want the full list, all the things that I used, including like, do I use combat knives or bolt guns or whatever on my scouts, you can find all of that in the video description, but in general the idea is to just have a flexible list. Lots of shooting, lots of resilience, lots of melee, and hopefully be able to take down the nonsense that we run into. It went 6-0 at LVO, which is pretty good, and it rhymes, so that's also nice. Or does O rhyme with O? No one knows. So anyways, it's a fun list though, guys. People who tell you the Vindicators are the very best, I guess I just feel like maybe they should try Predators more, because they're really good. They've been really good. So our first game in this tournament was against Firestorm Salamanders, and like I said, you can find the link to that. Hold on, guys. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. Someone called to tell me my car has been fixed. So we faced Firestorm Salamanders. You can find that battle report in the video description. And then we faced the Slaanesh Demon Terrors. These guys won a super major just recently in England. Won a 500-person tournament. I had to face that in my second round. Very close game. Also linked in the video description. And then now we're facing a guy in our meta who consistently wins RTTs. Very strong player. And he's playing Hammer of the Emperor, which you guys might have seen. I think Art of War did a video battle report with this detachment. This is the one that they can do like all of their tanks can flat out advance 6 inches without rolling the advance. In addition to that, their Tauroxes, which they have 3, you can see at the bottom, represented by 3X. Tauroxes can disembark their guys after advancing. So their Tauroxes, after getting the move order, and they can do this flat 6-inch advance, they can move a crazy distance and then disembark their guys another 3 inches, and then those guys can still shoot and do all their stuff. So pretty terrifying, actually, and this is one of the reasons that you'll see I deployed Roboute way in the corner so that he didn't just get nuked by the engineers inside of those Tauroxes, because they can actually, mathematically, they might just be able to nuke him on turn 1 if you're not careful. So, anyways, it's a lot of vehicles. I've never seen a tank commander Dorn before. It's all quite terrifying. Ursula Creed, do all this madness, guys. So, yeah, I think let's get into it, shall we? All right, here we are. So, we got our deployment here, and so I have to go first again. This is the 3rd time in a row at this tournament. I have to go first, and I don't appreciate that. It's purge the foe. So this is kill more, hold more, and it's really challenging. For the final match, it's a really tough thing, and they have a lot of guys that I could potentially kill, but I don't really love purge the foe in this, especially going first. Going second is a huge advantage. So anyways, this is a Torox if you haven't seen it before. It's got engineers, which they have free, they can throw grenades for free. They have a stratagem that lets them do that, and they also have a different, like, the thing that does mortal wounds that you don't have to actually do anything for. Like, you don't have to see them, you don't have to have line of sight to them, you just do, what is it, it's like D3 plus 3 or D6. I think it's just D6 damage unless it's against a vehicle. Then it does D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. And so anyways, he's got Torox right here, he's got one right here, and he's got one right here. These are all engineer squads. And then he's got the Dorn here, a Dorn here. I think this is called an Executioner. This is just a Leman Russ, some kind of battle tank thing. Here's is this a Hellhound? I don't think so. I don't know what that thing is. Yeah, I think it's a Hellhound. So anyways, he's kind of deployed a little bit conservatively. I think this was after his scout moves. So here's the Toroxes. We've got a squad of scouts here. We can zoom in a little bit. So once again, we've just got we got a Predator so that he can go here and just have good line of sight to everything, and then we've got another Predator right here so that he can move up and like into this space if he wants to, or he can kind of back up and just go here to be able to threaten things over here, like but he's safe in this little nook anyways. We've got the Intercessors just chilling on this objective to make it sticky, and then we've got some scouts, we've got more scouts. Here's the Combi Lieutenant way up here, and then just this mass. I think this is one mistake that I made. I made my, I wanted Marneus to be kind of crawling up this direction toward their expansion objective, but I didn't really give him a great place to do it. I did put him here. I think I could have slid him a little bit farther over, because we want to get over here as soon as we could. And we could have, honestly, I could have, with his advance and all of that stuff, like we could have just, I could have started him in this little building so that he would be able to safely move over here. He could have just stayed back here and tried to move. I don't know, but instead he's just part of this big traffic jam of Uriel's squad, of Roboute. You can see how far back Roboute is so that he doesn't just have all of his engineers like move forward and disembark and kill him. Of course, I'd have a chance to bring him back, and that would be great. And then those engineers would all just die on their turn. But I wanted to make it so that if they did decide to do that, they would really have to get way out there, way out of where they should be, so I could just destroy all the engineers and just not have to worry about them after that turn. So that's kind of the idea. And of course, the idea here, guys, just play keep away. We don't want the middle objective to be occupied by anyone, including myself, unless of course we have some kind of objective for it. We don't, and then we want to hold the my own expansion objective if possible, or at least this objective. Like this one, his expansion objective is not really that contested right now. It's I mean, he's in range to do it, and he can full advance 6 inches, so he can get there if he wants to, but he doesn't have a ton of guys there. It's not going to punish me to get onto here necessarily. Like, he doesn't have a ton of stuff that can immediately mess with me if I try to audaciously steal his objective. And similarly, messing with this objective, it could be expensive, but he doesn't have a lot of things. So he's kind of playing a little passively, because having final turn on this mission is just kind of nice. It feels good to have first turn. So anyways, that's basically what's going on. So that's deployment. Of course, I got first turn, like I said. Oh, and so I guess I'll explain. I didn't take any pictures after first turn either. So what ended up happening, I used Roboute to get this Predator into the doctrine, the Devastator doctrine, which means you can advance and shoot, which I didn't care about the advancing. What I cared about was then I can use, I think it's called Storm of Fire, the thing that lets me have it lets me ignore cover and have +1 AP. And so let's see. Oh, I did that to this guy, actually. Now that I say that, this guy I didn't do that for. And so with Purge the Foe, you want to get a kill on your first turn, right? Like if at all possible. So this guy moves over here, and there's no there's nothing I I can't see any of the other tanks except for this Torox here. And so why not just have this guy take a shot? Because there's not like the engineers aren't going to probably kill this tank, like maybe, I guess, but it's worth the Torox is pretty easy to like you hit and you pen with the shots and ignore cover. AP2 even on the autocannon, of course, using the Hunter Killer missile, using the 2 las cannons, and it just popped this Torox right off the bat, just killed it. So we got a kill for 4 points on primary, which was really nice. In return, he didn't do a whole lot. He put this Torox here with the engineers. He just kind of nooked it. He just put it in this building, and I didn't see it until like turn 4 or 5. So and then otherwise I think he moved this Torox onto my expansion objective, and otherwise I don't think he got any good shots off on me at all. His guys just from these engineers from the inside the Torox just went and climbed onto this side of the objective on this building so that I wouldn't have line of sight, and that was it. That's all we have. One thing I guess I should state here, guys, and remind you, because the other matches I've done this just doesn't mean that you guys know this. I'm deep striking my jump pack intercessors and my stern guard. Stern guard can deep strike because of Uriel, and then I have 1 ballistic dreadnought in strategic reserve, so he has to arrive on the table edges. So anyways, we've scored the first blood. We got Purge the Foe for 4. We got primary on turn 1, which is most missions you can't do that for, actually. In return, he did get containment and establish locus, which, gosh, containment on turn 1 is just so nice, isn't it, guys? So he kept up on his secondaries. He didn't get any kills on me because he wasn't really positioned to be that aggressive with me, because having final turn is just really nice on this. I did get cleanse for 2. I think I used my combi lieutenant to do that. Recover assets. I just had like Roboute and my the intercessors do it. So pretty easy, pretty good secondaries, honestly. Cleanse and recover assets on turn 1. That's not too bad. So let's see, so this is after my turn 2. What ended up happening, and sorry, his arm is kind of blocking it. I just so he had his Torox up here like just hiding on this objective, and so I think I just went into Devastator Doctrine to get just advance and shoot, and had this Predator shoot the Torox, or I think I had the Ballistus Dreadnought shoot the Torox. No, I think it was the Predator first. Shot the Torox and killed it with the Predator. Did the same thing, Storm of Fire thing to ignore cover, and killed the Torox. It died, killed a couple guys, and then the Ballistus was able to get some shots into them, did a little bit of damage. Or maybe the Ballistus actually shot the Ballistus shot the Hellhound that was there, that's messing around here. Now, one of the really interesting things so I had my scouts go onto the other side of this building to hold this objective, and it was the idea was if we kill the Torox here, which did happen, you can't see them, then the scouts could just go in and charge, and with their combat knives would just be able to kill all of them. So I did that, and I actually had storm hostile objective as a mission that I could actually do, so that I charged, I killed all of the guys on it. The thing that I didn't see happening was his Hellhound heroically intervened and got onto the objective, killing 2 of my scouts and making it so that I couldn't actually hold this. It was like I failed all my saves, and he had 3 OC on the objective. I had 3 OC on it, and so I didn't actually get Storm Hostile this turn, which really sucked. I did get the kill on the Torox and the full squad of engineers, which was nice. So that was good. And then I brought on this Ballistus right here, exactly 9 inches away from where his engineers from the original Torox had gone. The Ballistus was able to see some of them. He did his blast template, or his blast profile, killed some of them. the Predator moved up a little bit from where it had been. It had been like in the corner here, right where my face is, and it moved up just a little bit so that I could see the squad. I was able to see one guy, so I think the Predator shot first, and then the Ballistus, which had a much better line of sight to them, was able to finish off the squad, and so we got 3 kills. We got the Taurox and 2 squads of Engineers, which was pretty good. And then one thing that I just failed on my first turn, I rolled a 1 for advancing Marneus' squad, and I didn't want to re-roll it, so I didn't. Turn 2, I rolled a 1 as well. I was like, okay, well, we gotta move. So we moved them right there, and I was like, okay, well, maybe they'll take a little bit of the firepower so that all my tanks don't just die on the flanks here. And, you know, Marneus isn't going to be, like, that strong against tanks anyways. Like, just want to go and take this objective. Like, there's nothing there at this objective at all. I may as well try to just take it and, you know, hold it. We've got Roboute. We've got the Uriel squad. We've got some scouts. Everything's just threatening the center objective. And the side objective here, not everything is threatening it, but we're skirmishing it pretty well. We still have Stern Guard to come in on either flank. We still have jump pack intercessors that I'm going to rapid ingress at some point, and so getting 3 kills seems like we're doing okay. We're doing okay here. Hopefully he doesn't get 3 kills, and hopefully he just focuses on Marneus a little bit. So he did actually focus on Marneus, and he was pretty discouraged to only kill. I mean, he killed the full. He killed everyone but the Victrix and Marneus himself. He killed the scouts here. Killed my Predator, so he got 3 kills. And I think that matches how many kills that we got on him. So that was all right. His Hellhound is just right there. He doesn't have that many wounds. Let's see. Can we zoom in and see how many wounds the Hellhound had? I'm curious. I didn't have many, actually. It led me to think I was just going to be able to ruin him the next turn. So anyways, because the Ballistus was able to get a little bit of damage on him during that turn, I did rapid ingress my the jump pack intercessors just right here. Maybe I should have tried to get one of them onto the objective. I'm not sure if I could have. That would have actually been a nice little move, because I don't know if he had line of sight to me anywhere. I guess maybe the Hellhound would have. I don't think he did, though. I think I could have gotten one guy on this objective, unless his Hellhound was positioned. I think maybe he did position it so that I couldn't get onto the objective. That would have been a nice little, like, oh, I have hold more against him. But one way or another, he stayed off of the objectives because I kept my Storm hostile. I wanted to keep that so that if he threatened objectives, I could just go and take them. He didn't get onto the objectives, though, so it would have been nice if I had just grabbed this objective and gotten it. That would have been a good move. But one way or another, yeah, the scouts died. So anyways, he hasn't really moved that much, though. Even still, he's still playing fairly passively, and so we got to do something here, if at all possible. Just kind of try to make a move on his objectives. Try to take both side objectives. I ended up getting. I guess I got kill more. I don't remember what else I killed, but I did get kill more this turn. But I didn't score anything. I forgot to do established locus, which was just foolish of me. I easily had a squad that could do it. I just forgot to do it. It's foolish, Zareth. And then Storm Hostile, like I said, I kept it for another turn, but he didn't stay on any objectives. So I eventually had to get rid of that. But he got marked for death. He wasn't able to do anything with, and he got engaged on all fronts, which he did engage on 3 of the fronts at least. So at least he didn't score that many on secondary. And right now we're ahead by only by 3 at the end of turn 2, which is not really the amount I want to be ahead by in this mission. So anyways, on my own turn 3, on the top of 3, I landed the Stern Guard here, and they deleted the what's it called, the Hellhound, the flamer guy, and it exploded. Now this was a really interesting thing. It exploded, and it killed. It's D6 explosion, so it did 6 to his Rogel Dorn. and it did 6 to his Scout Sentinel, which is just sitting back here. And Scout Sentinels only have 7 total, and so it was a really weird thing. Like, then I threw a grenade and got like 5 grenade hits on the Rogel Dorn as well, the tank commander Dorn, with the jump intercessors, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I got a couple more shots from like the ballistas, and I got it down to 1 wound remaining. Or no, it was like 3 wounds remaining. I was like, oh my gosh, I could just have the jump intercessors come in and kill it. Like, I can't believe I just gotta do it. But it was also like, if you want to get kill more, shouldn't you go and get the easy kill? And the jump intercessors could easily take out that Scout Sentinel. My thought was that I'd just be exposed to his entire army of tanks. Like, they'd just be able to do a ton of stuff. I had just seen all of their shooting do a lot of damage to Marneus, so that group is way tougher to kill than just 10 jump intercessors just wide open. So I decided, let's try to get the kill on the Dorn, and then eventually, hopefully, we can take out the Sentinel. And then they jumped in and did they did just enough to get him down to 1. He's at 1. You guys can see it there, I believe. 1 hit point left. I didn't kill it. Did not kill the stupid thing. Ugh. So in addition, you can see, so the first Hellhound was my Oath of Moment target, and then once I killed it pretty easily with the Stern Guard, then I thought, oh, this will be fairly easy. We'll just use this Ballistas to kill his Hellhound. So the Ballistas shoots him, does almost nothing. He's down to like 1 hit point left though. So I charge him, do tank shock, and totally whiff. He's on 1 as well. Do my melee, or he's on 2, sorry. Do my melee attacks, do 1 more to him, but didn't quite kill him. Yeah, so anyways, we didn't go, there were a lot of things we could have maybe gotten kills on and didn't quite do. So we got the Hellhound and almost the Dorn, and that was it. Almost the Hellhound up here as well. So we almost got 3. Didn't quite do it though. Only got 1 kill. So on his turn, he moves his Dorn away, and I wasn't able to kill him. I tried to overwatch him, and it didn't quite work. Damn it all. Okay, so fine. And then he wiped out my jump intercessors, which was pretty sad. He killed a bunch of my Stern Guard. I think it was just Ursula's squad that hit them and still did a ton of damage. And then what happened? I believe. Oh no! What really did happen? Let's see. I forget how I killed his Hellhound over here, but either that was my Overwatch and I tried to kill it and I did manage to kill it. I think that's what happened. I think I Overwatched and killed his Hellhound. So I got 2 kills. He only killed my jump intercessors. That was the only kill he got this turn. I mean, he got kind of close to killing this tank. He did 9 damage to my ballistas, but he didn't quite finish off anything other than the jump intercessors. And so even though so we thought we tied, but because I had killed his Hellhound over in the corner here, I actually got kill more on top of it, and we've got the Dorn like really close to be able to just take him out here. He did move one of his Leman Russes onto the middle objective just so that I wouldn't get hold more against him, because I'm not holding the top objective, but I am holding his expansion objective, so he needs to make sure I'm not taking his middle objective. So a fairly good turn. Like, he didn't do that much damage, and you can see his Scout Sentinel is kind of running away. That's the one with only 1 wound, and so we're doing okay here. Let's see. I don't think I ever actually rolled area denial. I must have actually just misclicked it, but so I did get rid of, let's see, Storm Hostile. Oh, maybe I got rid of Storm Hostile and rolled area denial, and then I couldn't actually claim it or something. I don't remember. But I did get Defend Stronghold, which eventually did score. I didn't really have anything to mess with it. And then Overwhelming Force, he didn't kill anything that was on objectives, because I didn't get onto objectives. Hardly. I had my 1 Dreadnought on an objective. You can kind of see in between the scores here, but he didn't manage to kill that. And then I also got, he did recover assets. I don't think he managed to, I think he just decided to get rid of that because he wanted to use all of his units, which is understandable. So at the end of turn 3, I actually jumped ahead by 10 total because of the Purge the Foe. I just got another bonus on him, so we're doing okay. And then I think the rest of this is just the same screenshot because I don't think I took pictures of it anymore. Essentially what happened though, folks, was I was able to pretty easily kill his 1 hit point Dorn. I was also able to, I think the Stern Guard, I don't remember what exactly happened, but I did manage to kill his Scout Sentinel as well. And Marneus and company just climbed onto the objective over here and just never left it. Meanwhile, the Ballistus went to threaten things. I think eventually this Ballistus did die. I got onto this objective. I think I managed with the Ballistus and this Ballistus and the tank. I think I managed to kill his Leman Russ over here as well. His Executioner was over here, and I believe he got onto the objective, and a similar thing happened. It's all just kind of muddling together, folks, but we managed in turn 4, I think I got another 4 kills, because we got the Dorn, we got the Sentinel, we've got the Leman Russ, and then maybe we got the Executioner as well. He did. So eventually I did get Uriel out and onto this objective. I think that's what, yeah, I put him out here just so we could charge it. We could hold the objective and charge his tank if I needed to, which had, you know, it had all the moment on it after everything. So yeah, I managed to shoot it to death, though, so Uriel's squad was just holding this, so then all of his shooting had to go into Uriel's squad. He did kill Uriel's squad, so we got 2 kills, and then I think he killed one of my Dreadnoughts as well. I got 3, but because I got 4 kills, I got the Sentinel, we got the Dorn, we got the Leman Russ, and I think I got the Executioner as well, I think in an Overwatch during his turn again, because Overwatch against an Oath target is just pretty nice. And so once again, I managed to get the kill more on him by 1, which is just so crippling. He got his no prisoners. I guess he only got 2 kills on turn 4. He got Bring It Down, so yeah, he did kill that Dreadnought. But I got Sabotage. I think I used Marneus with that. Assassination. I killed his Rogel Dorn, which is, because it's a tank commander, it's a character. So going into this, I'm ahead by 16 going into turn 5, and he's kind of on tilt at this point. These Taurochs and Engineers moved out. They threw their grenades and did all their stuff, and he had a bunch of guys out. He moved his, like at this point all he has is his Dorn, he has his Taurochs with the Engineers, and he's got his mortar crew and another Scout Sentinel back here, but otherwise, like nothing else much. He's just got a Dorn and a Taurochs with his guys, and then Ursula and her company. And so on my turn, I managed to kill the Taurochs. I killed, which were on the objective. I killed the Engineers, and I don't think I managed to kill the Rogel Dorn, or no, I did, because I had Roboute come out and he just punches those things to death. So like pretty easily, actually. It's a little bit hilarious. If you have the moment on him, he just kills those things right away. So at the end of the game, he killed a couple things, but I think at the end, yeah, he got a 12 because he did hold more anyways, because you just get hold more automatically. But I don't think he got kill more. He got kills, but not kill more. He got Storm Hostile, and he couldn't get area denial either. So at the end of it all, when all was said and done, it was 86 to 66. And actually, I think maybe we scored it a slightly different way. We might be able to see that in a minute. But we got the win. Good game to Andre. Played it well. I think he played a little passive. But otherwise, like it was good. Oh, I think the Stern Guard at some point just exploded, because that's what happens to infantry against these tank-heavy guard armies. But anyways, we got the win, which was obviously like just the neatest thing. So here, let's talk about it a little more in just a sec. All right, so I think, like I said, I think Andre might have played, and he said this too, actually. I think he played a little passive. Like, just because he has second turn doesn't mean that he can just count on that to just, be able to jump onto objectives and win against a player who, I mean, I don't tend to be super aggressive, but I do tend to play aggressive enough that you know, I'm not gonna just let him win by jumping on objectives on turn 5 without a fight. I mean, that may end up being what happens, but I don't want it to come down to that. I want to go out there and just mess with him and take what the game gives me. You know, he gave me that Torox early on, and then he got a second Torox like later on too. Those were nice. That helped me. And you know, I was just able to build from there. So ended up with a pretty big win, but it still felt a little closer than it actually ended up being. The dice were in my favor here. I don't think I don't like to. I like to complain about the dice. Sometimes that happens. You know how sometimes you have games where you feel like, oh, okay, it's going poorly, but if the dice kind of start behaving, they can bail me out, and I can win, or potentially at least threaten to win. In this game, it felt like I never had that feel. I was like, I'm just always ahead here. He was rolling ones a lot on his saves, and you know, that sucks. And so just wanted to acknowledge, I don't know how much, if the dice had been a little bit more in his favor, if it had evened out a little more, if it would have shifted things. I'm sure it would have shifted some things, but it was a little bit rough. And I guess I do also want to point out, the old guard detachment that we always used to play against, the tanks all have lethal hits, and they don't in this detachment. I don't know if other ones do, but I feel like tanks really kind of relied on those lethal hits to be able to get through just normal toughness, because my tanks were really tough to kill, and I wasn't rolling that well for their saves. He just ended up not rolling that many wounds, and I think that a lot of that has to do with he doesn't have lethal hits anymore. Maybe that's oversimplifying the situation, but I did want to point that out. And you know, moving Marneus into harm's way, I wanted to get him onto the. I think I'll have to think about that for a while. He did pour a ton of firepower into that squad, so I don't know. It was probably good for me on some levels. Instead of him just trying to kill my tanks, he tried to kill Marneus and company, which are notoriously difficult to kill anyways. I think it was a slight mistake that ended up helping me in the long run. I should have been able to protect him better, and I think there was a decent chance if he didn't roll. Like, some of his rolls were just truly abysmal. And it was like, oh, I don't even have to roll a save? That's awesome, thank you. Multiple times. So, anyways, you know, we could always play better. We could always do better. So it happens, guys. The final results here, I guess I could turn my face off. So I ended up with second. I mean, I was undefeated. I tied for first, aka second place. I got this little baby trophy. They gave me a blight hauler, which is worth like $30. The entrance fee to the tournament is $35. So net loss there, but I mean, that's not why we play the game. I actually sold it to a guy for $15, because what am I gonna do with a, you know, I don't know. I'll be honest, guys. Like, I was excited to win, or, you know, I got second, whatever. I went undefeated, and you know, I remember prize support back like 10 years ago. We used to be like, oh yeah, that was substantial. That was nice. It's a little bit of a letdown, and I don't mean to fling mud. Just, you know, like, you get prize support that you win the tournament, you get a prize, and it's less. You get less than you actually paid for, and you know, whatever. I'll stop whining about it. It was cool to get this score, get a prize at all. I haven't actually gotten 3-0 at an RTT until now, so it's awesome. It felt really good, and that good feeling was really not interrupted by this blight hauler at all. So anyways, what other events are going on? So this coming weekend we have a GT in the same place. A lot of the same opponents will be there. In addition, like, there's some really good, it's going to be a Shark Tank, guys. Lots of really good players, actually. Good local players, some people who have had really good results in the national meta as well. And then we've got an RTT in March, middle of March, about a month from now, and then the Rocky Mountain Open in Denver is the week directly after that, and then the Frontier Open. Apparently it might not be this date in April, but we'll find out. So anyways, folks, that's it for the RTT. It was fun, it was good, and I look forward to playing there in the GT in a little bit. So guys, I'm gonna call it quits here. Let me know what your thoughts are, as usual, and once again, thank you so much for watching, and remember that if you didn't hear it from me, it's probably heresy. Take care, folks.